guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate taking the time to check us out. If you're returning, I also appreciate you guys coming back to check out more awesome RC content. So, super stoked from this video. Uh, this was at Chippewa Falls Dam in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. This was a new spot for us, and man, there was some gnarly lines out here. This was a place that not a lot of people had ever heard of going here. But one of our friends, Ethan, had gone and just to check it out, and then we ended up going back like the next day. So again, this is at a dam, so water levels can change and stuff depending on how they have when they open the gates and stuff. But guys, if you haven't, like, I would definitely recommend trying to get out here. It was just endless crawling. I mean, hard lines everywhere, if I could point a camera in a good direction. And that's what the whole day was just hard line after hard line, linking it with fun stuff. I mean, there's hang lines. I don't know how to describe it. It was just a field of fun, I guess. A rock field of fun. This is my, I believe, third trip out with the carbon at this point. So I'm still learning it. I'm putting this thing through so much abuse. Just trying to learn how it handles, what it can do, what it can't do. So there was lots of rollovers and stuff like that, but it's all part of learning and pushing the limits and seeing what it can do, what I can do. So yeah, this is my Vanquish VRD Carbon. At this point, it's pretty much stock. I'm running DV8 Customs motor and deluxe motor, DV8 Customs, ESC, deluxe shocks with offset caps, and trenchers. So other than that, I mean, this thing's pretty much stock. And I'm running an NSDRC RS 800 as well for servo.
It wasn't on video.
And the way this truck just works. I wish I would have gotten a carbon a long time ago.
Why'd you do this one? I tried that one. I kept
that transfer there, that was gnarly. But you guys can see in the background just fields of rock and crawling and
Brass portal covers, yeah.
it was insane. I mean, this
Amazon.
is gonna be a lot of just short clips of crawling, and the camera just doesn't do it justice. Lots of V-notches.
Did you just set it up there, Dino?
I set it like
Right in there,
in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So this is Dino's VRD Carbon Gladiator body, NSDRC servo. I believe he's running the Traxxas GS or GT shocks. He's running the new Crawlmaster. This James Crawlmaster V2, or the Crawlmaster 2-in-1.
Yeah, if that fucking rear went to drop.
Yeah.
That V-notch was pretty gnarly. Full disclosure here, This little spot took me like, I fought this thing for a solid 5 minutes. You get here and you'd start sliding if you get here, because I couldn't always get to this point, and you know, trying to just work it, trying to heat up the tires. Finally made it, but man, that little spot.
Ow, did you make it?
Run Dino over.
Where'd you go?
One thing I've been super impressed with about this carbon is its descending abilities. Like, it's how stable it is going down.
Sketchy, gnarly.
So there's a little power plant there in the background, up next to the dam. But yeah, this is closer to the Twin Cities than Wissota is. Not by a whole heck of a lot, but you know, probably still 15 minutes closer than the Twin Cities, or to the Twin Cities. And not nearly as long of a walk, so really got myself wedged in there. So I had to set myself up. Love these V-notches. Started falling in there, trying to save myself.
That got a little tight.
I don't think. I definitely want to go back. We definitely will go back. I want to try that again, but that spot both me and Dino fell into, so. There's a lot of areas like this where you just fun crawl down. Or really challenge up. Some of these had like a good amount of traction. And then sometimes you just
Yep,
get a bad bounce.
that didn't work.
It gets stuck. Back end sliding there, getting a little sketch. This was gnarly. What makes it sketchier is like there's water in between some of these, you know, rocks and stuff. So if you're not careful, and some of these holes are real deep, and get yourself wedged, that I somehow got out of. Again, I don't know what these carbons are made out of, like what Vanquish magic they're putting in here. But some of this stuff that was pulling off with this truck is just mind-blowing. I don't know. I know Vanquish tapped Disney on this and said, "Give me some magic," or what happened, but yeah, I somehow unrolled myself and drove out.
Oh god.
And then I wasn't sure where James went, how James went through here. And then he told me he picked it up and carried it.
sure how the hell James got through here, but
That was awfully
Mike.
wedged.
I don't know how.
But lots of cool lines. Everything's different. Like the water rushing through here and stuff just has formed some super cool, you know, lines. I don't know. It's trying to do a hang line here. The wife called, so had to answer that so I don't get in trouble. But trying to keep working this hang line around here. At this time I'm on predator compounds. It was a little warm that day. I should have probably had G8s on. I'm wondering if that would have made a big difference. I've since swapped to G8s.
You hop on that?
What's that?
So we're gonna try it. This whole area was super sketch. Again, I'm just pushing the truck. I'm pushing myself, learning where everything is. Ethan's following me with his Red Cat Ascent Fusion, and those things are super capable. Trying to keep my foot there so I don't drop it in a hole.
You just trying to be in the water.
No, but
Ethan razzing me there
see how
about
one would think that.
wanting to go for a swim because
Gravitate towards the
I'm always like over the dumb stuff.
Kinda the shit that I like.
Jump down here, straddle this water so if the truck does fall, it doesn't go in the water. But
as Ethan said, we're trying to do some sketchy shit.
I think this is doable. Again, I was just trying to cruise through here. I will definitely be back at least once this summer.
I'm really hoping that tire will grab and allow me to
try to do some of these hard lines again.
Up that way?
down and then up.
There's, I know we are hosting a Ethan and Dino are hosting a micro crawler comp out here. I think it's towards the end of the year. It's in October.
I don't know about them apples. You want me to set you back up a little bit?
Didn't quite make it.
Unmount
We just
here.
we set her back up because that nose was buried in.
Well, there it is.
That'd be a super cool transfer if I can get it, and I don't see why I can't.
Okay, this is vertical shit. So
This rock was about as tall as me.
do we go down the death spot or do we go down the V-notch to a death spot?
And so apparently chose the death spot, but then didn't do the death spot. I don't know. I'm indecisive.
We're gonna.
Full disclosure, no idea how this happened.
Well, that's one way down. Okay.
Definitely not how I intended to make it out. Somehow I did that and made it out, and then drove myself. I wanted to V-notch it,
I was like some completely broken
but
logic there, but
I don't know. I was mind boggled. As you can hear me there talking about broken logic and physics in the world doesn't matter. I don't know. This thing just defies all laws of gravity, and I don't. It's just I've accepted it. This little corner, quite deceiving. It fought me and fought me and fought me. I probably fought this little corner
Oh
5
yeah.
minutes.
Oh yeah.
We were out for
That
a
was
short
pretty
day.
dope.
Like, we spent about 4.5 hours out here.
Did you go all the way across this notch, Dino?
So this was a deep notch. You can see there's a little bit of water in the bottom. Getting a little crooked in there. It wasn't perfectly straight. So it was super cool.
Dude, that was
Yeah,
dope.
I agree, Scott. That was dope. Just talk to myself. Well, yeah, so kind of you can see Dino and Ethan and James up there on the dam. Just a huge field of rocks crawling. I mean, you could easily kill a whole day out here.
This is either gonna go really good or really bad.
I thought that was going over. That was like an 8 or 10 foot drop there. And I was confident when that back tire picked off,
The
it
servo?
was going.
Maybe it's not waterproof.
There was a we had spent a lot of time just crawling by myself in this video. Those guys were up just like running through here, and I wanted to like check out every detail. Ethan had a servo issue, where I think he still had a factory servo in his Ascent Fusion, so I gave him one off the buggy that I had in my backpack, and apparently that one wasn't waterproof or it had issues. It was on a truck that I had just got and I hadn't run yet, so he took the time to swap servos, and then it bit the dust like 15 or 20 minutes later, which really sucks. But is what it is. Like, so I haven't shown the buggy on the channel yet. I will. I just got to get an RS 800 for it. Just buy once, cry once type of situation. So this was a fun section. Just kind of trying to hop from one giant formation to another. I could have easily, like, picked my truck up and walked it, but what fun is that? Well, the help there.
Oh no!
Yeah, we found some water. Little boot turbo action there. Get it up on the edge. That hole right under that rock to the left was super deep. I'm glad it didn't roll. I never thought it could roll there. Glad it didn't roll in. Now we got wet tires. On some super flowy rocks. I love flowy rocks. I don't know. If you guys have been around the channel long enough, you know I'm like weird with like the rocks that have all just the super smooth holes and all that stuff. I don't know why. It's just cool to me. If you guys haven't yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Then like these rocks are, you know, with the different layers. That stuff is just cool to me. I really wanted this. I think if my tires weren't wet, I probably could have had it. Instead, I just rolled. Launched it off the top and rolled. Some super cool, like, I don't know if you'd call that a trench. I wouldn't really call it a V-notch, but I failed it like a V-notch, so I guess you could call it a V-notch. Who needs 4 tires in the ground? Not the carbon.
That's that purple bug going to Ireland.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I was pretty excited that sending something overseas. I thought that was pretty cool.
So yeah, here we're talking to Ethan about the purple bug that he just did up for a customer. You guys need or want custom painted SCX-24 bodies. Wisco Crawler on Instagram. He is the one who did my FJ55. You guys see that in the shorts and on some of the videos. Dude is super talented, so hit him up. Again, that's Wisco Crawler on Instagram, or he's on a lot of the RC pages on Facebook as well, so this is like a super cool like line set working through here, but man, this corner is giving me the trouble. I'm not sure how well I like this motor and trans combo, or the motor and VSC combo.
Girl.
Like, a lot of the trucks I've had in the past, I've just run Fusion Pros. And currently running an 1800
I
kV.
think this is where she's gonna be maxed out.
Motor. But I just don't
Bite
have
that
a
crack.
wheel speed.
Bite that crack.
Oh no, I'm running a 22 or 2300
Come
kV
on,
in this one.
girl.
But I just don't have the wheel speed like I would with a Fusion.
Bite it.
I think if I had a Fusion, I could have just bumped up that initially. A Fusion Pro, that is. I wanted to slide down and drive up to where this is, but that didn't, King of the world, that didn't work. So, and trying doing some downhills, because, you know, sometimes downhills can be challenging too. This was super skinny and narrow. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, but help there.
Well, good thing you do.
You could caught that for me. So,
And the
there was
beach.
we were kind of straddling a puddle there. So again, this is a little formation.
Yeah, I went
right
up that
here.
thing. That's a
how
good
is this
one.
happening?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that looks possible.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
Ethan just bumped right over this. Full disclosure here, like, it took me like 2 minutes of fighting, like, you know, as you guys can tell, I sped this up. I couldn't get it. I don't know why. Fight back and forth.
Just grab and go.
Right
Finally,
there.
I made it.
My goodness. That was
You
intense.
just had to give.
So, you guys are still here. I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, taking the time out of your day to watch my content. I love making videos, editing the videos. I love the crawling. I love the interaction with you guys. So, like I said, I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time if you're still here to watch. Until next time, get out and have your own adventures. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This was out at Chippewa Falls Dam in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. So, definitely going to be returning. So, and that's Crash.
What?